Hi guys, I'm Desroy,
And I'm Janelle.
and welcome to A Couple Things. This channel is not just about couples,
It is for couples and future couples.
the in-between couples, and even the I'll never do it again crowd.
Or so they say.
But all it takes to turn things around is just a couple conversations
A couple commitments.
and a couple corrections. Here we have in studio today the Hunter family, Garrett and Adia. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. So we start with Garrett. And the first question we have for you guys is, how did you guys meet? What's your story?
So that's a great question, and I guess I'll start
Yeah.
first. And we met at church. So our preacher actually was our connector,
Okay.
and I was a couple years old. I'm still a couple years older than her, but she wasn't attending as much,
Yeah.
and I had just become basically a new convert, and I'd never really been into the church,
Okay.
and so I was just coming consistently all the time, and I had met her family, and her family was very welcoming to me, and then
Okay.
the preacher was my best friend, and,
Okay.
and one day he just looked at me and he was like, Garrett, you and I know a girl named Adia, and y'all two would just be a perfect match. And I was like, okay, yeah.
What's his name? Mr. Matchmaker.
Bruce Hatcher.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Bruce.
Thank
well
you.
done.
We'll have to send him this video.
Yeah.
So he told me to go talk to her, and she had come one of the next couple of Sundays,
Yeah.
and I was pretty nervous because she was very pretty.
Oh,
Still is.
still is.
And I went and talked to her, and it was, I would say, very awkward. And it was very awkward for a very long time. And I got her number from her stepfather,
Okay.
and we started texting, and then went on a date, and it was okay. The date was fun, and
Yeah.
then we went on a second date, and she just didn't really like me that much.
Yeah.
So it took a long time of convincing, and
Yeah.
we were off for a while, and then I was in a Bible study every Tuesday with one of the older guys from church, and she started coming, and then basically every time after the study, I at least knew I had like 5 minutes of her time.
Yeah.
So, like, we would talk, and I would
Yeah.
ask her to like go do things. Like I'd be like, "What are you doing now?" She'd be like, "I'm going grocery shopping." I was
Yeah.
like, "I need to get groceries too." Let's
Yeah.
go.
Smart man, smart man.
So just persistence, and I kept asking her, and then one day she agreed to go on a date with me, and then I don't know what, maybe I was just more mature, or maybe she was in a
Yeah.
better place mentally, and then
This
we
is
were,
history.
yeah,
That's awesome.
then we started dating.
Okay.
Adia, tell us your side. How
Yeah.
did you guys meet? Well, that's Garrett's side. How
Yeah.
So, my family went to church, Cordova Church of Christ, where he started going. My family had been going there for a long time, and like had mentioned, there's this new cute guy at church. Like he's about your age, like trying to entice me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was, like okay, but wasn't like super crazy about pursuing that. But maybe, And so I would come every now and then. Like you said, I wasn't faithful at the time, so I was sporadic with my attendance. But I did come every now and then to be with them, my family. And I think I was walking out in the parking lot with my family, and he was in his truck, like leaving. And my stepdad stopped him and was like, "Hey, Garrett," and like introduced us. And I was like, "Hey," it was kind of awkward because it was obvious that like he was trying.
Yeah.
And then he eventually asked me out, and then we went out on a date, and it was fine. Like he said, there was a lot of lot of awkwardness for a long time, because like I just couldn't there was a wall up with both of us, and so it was just very uncomfortable, and like it was obvious he wasn't being himself, and I'm sure it was obvious I wasn't being myself. So it was just like, what is happening right now? But then, and I never really like told him, look, I don't like you, but I didn't give him the green light, to say I like you. So I was kind of like just keeping him at arm's length, but not really letting him come closer. And so finally, he was just like, after like probably a year of that, back and forth and just like inconsistent. He was like, I can't like keep doing this because I like you, and like this is hard for me.
A man who knows what he wants.
When did you realize that, I really like this guy? Because now you guys are married. When did you know that,
It's like, I think we're still waiting on that one.
No, so because he said that, he was like, I can't keep doing this. And then I was like, oh, because like he was gonna be like, I'm done if you don't want to like actually like give me a shot, basically, a real shot. And I was like, I think in that moment I was like, okay, wait, no, don't.
You're gonna lose a good one.
Yeah, so I think I it's sort of an ultimatum, but like I needed that push, or else I would have never probably finally like be like, okay, I have to let my wall down, and then he's got to let his wall down, and we have to actually try this. Yeah. Because otherwise, I'm always going to wonder what if. So yeah, I guess that was what finally. But it was, I would say, like once I finally gave him a shot. I don't know, maybe it didn't take too long, 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I like him now. Like,
you think you like him now? Which brings me to the next question. What was that transition like? I'm actually gonna be a wife,
Mrs. Hunter.
For me, it was a lot of like letting go of things that I was still holding on to and still doing, and my friendships at the time were not good, and so a lot of it was like putting off the old self and trying to walk faithfully, and he was like in line with that, and I knew it was like one or the other. And so for me, the transition was a lot about like maturing in my faith and like trusting God, and I don't know, but doing more things that are in line with a wife rather than like just dating. I don't know.
Just a girlfriend.
Girlfriends
and now being a wife.
Gary, what about you in terms of that transition? Because you laid down the gauntlet to say, I hate you. We're either doing this or we're not doing this. But what was the transition like, though, from the pursuit now to the transition to being married, and what did that entail for you?
I feel like as a man, the transition for a man is a lot easier because it's one of those things that's your mindset. It is, how can I be protector? How can I be provider? And then, when I grew up, it was just my mother and I. So I kind of already had that, like, protect. It was my mother was like the woman of the house, and then now it's like when we got married and moved in together, then it was more of a transition. The hardest part, I feel like, was just her daily life, things that she did, and my daily life things that I did, and then becoming one with those daily life things. It's like I do this thing, but I didn't know that it like affected her incorrectly. And then, like, kind of maneuvering through that transition. But the whole like becoming the husband, I was already praying for the wife before I met Adia, and I was praying to become the husband that she deserved before we got married, and so like my mindset was already there before I was even there, so that made the transition really, really easy for me. And same thing as becoming a father. I'm praying to become the father that child deserves before we're there. So hopefully when we are there, I'm very mentally prepared.
Yeah,
So.
that's a story in and of itself. With
Right.
the expectation of that little baby boy, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm excited for you guys, and
Yeah,
we
us
love
too.
you guys. Speaking of love, I want you to hold Garrett's and Adia, both hands. Face each other, not us. It's not about us.
Not about us.
All right, so you're gonna be looking each other in the eyes. Forget there is a viewership looking on. Forget that we're here, and I want you. Let's start with Garrett. You are going to tell Adia what it is that you really love about her. Forget us. We're not here.
Yeah, we're not here.
So what I love most about you is that continually, since we've been dating, being married, that you point out my flaws and mold me into the man that I need to become. You've shown me how I've been prideful and arrogant and helped me overcome those things that I wasn't able to see about myself, and you've strengthened me.
Adia, no, it's your
Um, what I love most about you is, well, I would say there's been multiple things that I've like had as my number one over the timeline of us being together. I feel like for a long time I would have said your optimism and always seeing the glass half full versus half empty because I'm more pessimistic and that's not something I was very good at, but you helped me see the brighter side of life. And worked and want to be more optimistic. And I feel like somewhat that's changed a little, maybe a little, I hope at least. And then transitioning more now into like us becoming parents and working towards, having a life that is more than just us two. Um, I would say like how hardworking and driven you are, ambition, like the drive that will get you really far in life. I don't maybe have that or as much of it, and so I think that's really cool.
Aww.
You guys make each other better.
Better,
people.
yeah. There's a
Yeah.
complementary couple, and that what's make couples work. But that's the love story and the mushy part, which we all are here for and we love. But there are going to be challenges. As Janelle always says, if there is a couple out there that is all a bed of
We want
roses,
to know them.
we want to interview them.
Yeah.
But we know that there are challenges with marriage. Let's start with Gary. What were some of the challenges that you would like advise couples that are getting married? What are some of the challenges that they can expect and how they can overcome those?
Hmm. Yeah, I think mainly the biggest advice I can have is if you've never lived with another person besides your family, to remember to be patient.
Yeah.
Because if you can be patient with yourself and you're like, you know, your ability to learn and grow, you have to have that same patience with another person. I mean, I feel like it's a little easier for me because Adi and I have a age gap.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very mature. I do have like 3 years of life experience on her. Also, I also
You think it's
well, I also had a hard life too.
Yeah.
So just that, life experience gap is very broad between the two of us at times, but I try not to make it seem that way because I don't try to like push my ideals and my motives and my experience and my knowledge on her. I try to give her that space and room to grow and learn of her own time. And if she asks me, then provide my advice. And I'm still learning how to do that very well. I try not to give unsolicited advice. People don't typically like to hear that. And that's kind of just a lot of patience. With
Patience and
other.
space.
Patience, guys.
Yeah.
And space. All
That's
right,
huge.
that's awesome.
For you, Adia, what would you say would be a challenge that couples can overcome? Like, couples are expected to go through this. How can they overcome that challenge? Any challenge?
Well, any challenge I would say is like to reflect on God's word
Mm.
and like I pray about it,
Mm-hmm.
read wherever you can about it in the
Yeah.
Bible
Mhm.
because even like when I think I'm completely right in an argument,
Yeah.
if I just take time to put aside my pride
Mm.
and my opinion and my whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
even if I still think I'm right
Yeah.
after I do all of that,
Mhm.
I still am come at it at a different angle and
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
am a lot more. I feel like I guess
Mhm.
humbled by the idea that like perfection is so far from reach.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess that's all I have.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
And be humble is what I'm taking from Adia, which are two powerful nuggets that we have had. In
And
terms
I'm
of
hearing too, I'm hearing her saying that with every challenge, seek God's guidance, study the word, know the word for yourself, that you're able to overcome the challenge through the word of God. And that's
and always reflect, always
profound.
looking yourself. That's awesome. But let's look at some
Challenge. So Adi, I want to know from you, right? There is this girl, there's this young lady, there's this woman who she has been praying for the husband, but it's taken a little longer than she expects. What would you say to
I mean, I would say that God always has a plan. There's a plan for everything. And
mm-hmm.
even if you think He's not answering, He's not there, He's
Mhm.
not giving me what I asked for, maybe just not yet. I mean, we tried to get pregnant for longer than I would have liked to have tried. And that was a season of like learning to be okay with that and say like it's just not yet. He's not telling me no. I mean, maybe he is. I don't know, but that's later. I'll find out if he's saying no or if he's saying not yet.
Yeah.
You just never know. And at the end of the day, either way, it doesn't really matter because he has a plan and he knows best. And like, I don't know. You don't know what would have happened. You just don't know. So I
trust God?
Yeah.
Trust God.
What about you, Gareth? What would you advise a young man that is looking to get married? What, based on your own experiences in marriage, what would your advice be to him in terms of getting married? Do you tell him to get married, or what advice do you have for a young man looking to get married?
Be careful who you date and work your fingers to the bone.
Yeah.
Because, idle hands are the devil's workshop. And you have to stay busy. And, we are called, servants. And the image that I have of a servant is one like, back bent over, head down, arms up, working. And, where are you working, and that was a big thing for me too. Like when we first got together, and still sometimes these days I catch myself doing it. I mean, I'll wake up at 5 and then, don't stop working until like 9 o'clock at night. And I got to get a reminder to like, hey, put your phone down, like be present with me. And like, and that's how Adia, makes me better. And, just for a young man, there's so many devices in this world that we can get caught up in. And it's very, very quick to stumble and then to continue to stumble from there. I mentor a young man right now, and he just is looking for love in all the wrong places, and definitely be humble about who you choose too, because we can have this image of, oh, we need the, like, literally the most, I lucked out with the most beautiful woman on the planet.
That's true. That's true.
But we can have this image of I need to have like Miss America or Miss USA or Miss, whatever. And that's just not the case, because love doesn't look like that. Love looks like the form of, cookies that come out of the oven at 11 o'clock at night, or love looks like you've been working a 12 to 14 hour shift, and your significant other comes and brings you food, or love looks like holding hands in the park, just a simple walk. It doesn't look like things that are elaborate and grandiose, and
Yeah.
that's the type of love that is in the movies. That's
Yeah.
not real love. So
Wow. Wow. That's profound.
Yeah.
In terms of not looking at beauty as being as skin deep as many persons say,
Right.
but to be patient. And I'm sure
Mhm.
that young man out there that is watching is looking on and taking notes, of course. That's the heavy stuff, guys.
Yeah.
But let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. So
Let's
we
do
have
it.
some fun questions.
Do you guys have a song? Like, when
Yeah,
you
what's
hear
your
that
favorite song?
That's your song.
Like together that you guys
Free
listen.
Falling by
Free
John
Falling.
Mayer.
All right,
That's
all
your
right,
song,
all
Free
right. Free
Falling.
Falling, John Mayer. All right.
All right, let's do it, guys. Who takes the longest to get ready?
All right,
Absolutely.
all right. Who is the better cook?
Her.
Okay,
Aw.
okay.
Who's the better driver?
Me.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Who said I love you first?
I think me.
I think you did.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
That's
Who goes
awesome.
to bed last?
It depends.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Who gets up first?
Me.
All right, that's a clear cut one.
Who would more likely to plan a surprise?
Her.
All right, all right, all right. So I see what you guys are doing in terms of it's a lovely match made. All right. We're truly thankful to the Hunter family for being with us, and we
Thank
know
you,
that
guys.
little Hunter is on his way, and we know that you guys will be perfect, near perfect parents,
Godly
and
parents.
always
Lord willing.
working on improving yourselves. That's one thing I am taking from this,
Yeah.
that you guys are always seeking to
Yeah.
make improvements to your marriage. Tell us what it is that you learned from this particular episode of a couple things. Let us know in the comment. We're looking to hear from you what your take are.
So, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time,
Bye.
I get to love you.